we are picking this debris up as quickly as we can. We've gotten the vast majority of the household, and so now it's down to that lawn debris. So we are getting that as quickly as we can. We have locations, geographic locations around the city that residents can drop their debris off for free, the yard waste. Also, you can take that out to 34th Street, and Larry will talk a bit more about that. But if you want to visit any of those sites, just to physically see that, there are literally mountains of debris in these locations, and turning a lot of that yard waste into mulch as quickly as possible. So we have 90 days to clean this up and to be reimbursed 100% by FEMA. We estimate, well, we definitely will hit that mark of 90 degrees or 90 days, and we're doing everything we can to get it picked up as quickly as possible. I would ask everyone to go to tampa.gov/debris, and you can see the map that is updated every single day. And as you see, we have hit a very large portion of our city has had at least one pass through. And those are the areas that are in yellow. We have areas in green that have already had 3 pass throughs, and those are complete. We're doing all we can to get this done as quickly as possible. Give another practical example of a timeline. If you look at Fort Myers Beach, when they were hit by Ian, they sort of set the record for the quickest debris cleanup, and that was 12 months. Clearly, we didn't get the damage that they received from Ian, but it's just to add a little bit of perspective on what this task involves. And I can't imagine that there's anybody that is up to handling this task more than our Director of Solid Waste, Larry Washington. Larry?
Thank you, Mayor. And of course, that is hard to follow. All right. So again, thank you. And as the Mayor mentioned, after several weeks, the Department of Solid Waste continues to make great efforts to collect more than 1.7 million cubic yards of debris. And I'm happy to announce that we are well on our way to beating the deadline that FEMA has set forth. And as of today, as the Mayor mentioned, we have collected 1 million cubic yards of debris, and that's vegetation and, of course, household debris included. So as you all know, immediately after Hurricane Helene, we were boots on the ground internally. A lot of our internal teams came together, and we were collecting immediately in the Palmetto Beach area. City of Tampa team members are still working 12 hours a day to collect debris. In addition, and that's 6 days a week. In addition, like the Mayor mentioned, we have 300 subcontractors, they're contract haulers that came from far and wide to assist us in the debris collection as well. And they're working 7 days a week. Now, to simply put, collection of this magnitude takes time. Now, homes that were damaged by the storm surge, on average, they have around 90 cubic yards of debris curbside. Now, that's around 3 truckloads of our grappling trucks from our sweep team. On average, it can take up to 2 hours to collect all that debris, and that includes the drive time and disposal time at the DMS sites, so that's the debris management sites. Now, however, moving forward, when collecting vegetation, we can easily shave off 30 minutes, up to 30 minutes to an hour when collecting vegetation. The grappling trucks can grab the vegetation easier when they proceed to pick up the debris. It doesn't scatter everywhere, so it's a lot faster when we can collect vegetation. So we're expecting this to go quicker. Now, for those that are still counting the debris, so we have roughly potentially 700,000 cubic yards left curbside. Many are wondering when they will receive collection. As Mayor Castor mentioned, FEMA sets forth a 90-day deadline, and we will beat that 90-day deadline. So please stay up to date with the maps, as she mentioned as well, on the solid waste page and also the City of Tampa's debris page. We update it on a daily basis. And as a reminder, to speed up this process, we have put all our resources into debris collection. So therefore, this includes continued suspension of our sweep team, that's the bulky collection, and our yard waste team. That's our boots on the ground yard waste team. So they're actively collecting right now until we get all this debris collected. Now, we know that much needs to be done to restore the city of Tampa, but we still need your help. So please do us a favor and adhere to the following guidelines. So we're asking to continue to separate your debris piles. So that's vegetation, that's your bulky items such as refrigerators and appliances, and then of course your household debris. So household debris, vegetation, and then those bulky items like appliances. Now we need 3 feet of clearance surrounding each of those piles. In addition to that, we have to make sure that we have overhead clearance as well. We have grappling trucks that can easily tear down trees or create more debris, or they can snatch down power lines. So we need to make sure that those piles are not underneath power lines or trees. Now, we actively still are utilizing our drop-off sites. So if you want to take this upon yourself to take your vegetation to one of our drop-off sites, they're available Monday to Sunday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and that's at 22nd Street Park. So that's 7801 North 22nd Street Park, and Gaston Park at 6901 South McDale Avenue. And residents may also utilize our transfer station, the McKay Bay transfer station, for either vegetation or their household debris as well. Now, as we mentioned, we have a dedicated team of professionals, and we will collect all the debris within 90 days. Thank you.
All right. So, as Larry said, we've done he and his team and all of our contractors have really done an amazing job to date. We appreciate everyone's patience. We appreciate everyone's cooperation by ensuring that the debris is separated and that it's not close to fire hydrants, cars aren't parked out front. All of those steps that our community has taken to make this project much easier for our teams. So we said we have 3 of the Rivergate towers full of debris picked up, and we estimate we have 2 more to go. So we will be, if we haven't been in your neighborhood, we will be there soon. Now we'll open it up for questions. About, what do you say, 700,000 cubic yards? We've picked up 1 million. Yeah, that's it's so all of the household has to be taken to a landfill, and that's been done. I think the majority is gone. I just went to McKay yesterday, and it's gone. And so that unfortunately all goes to landfills. And we have, Mr. Washington has done a great job in contracting. As you all know, the reason we went to the paper bags for yard waste is we have contracted with a composting company that takes all of our yard waste and turns that into mulch. But they can't handle the volume that we have. And so we have turned, as I said, literally there are mountains of mulch at each of these debris collections. There's 6 sites? 6 sites, and those have been placed strategically around the city so that the debris haulers don't have to be off the road that long. They can take them, dump them, and then we will transport it afterwards. But, unfortunately, some of that is going to go to our waste to energy plant as well, because there's just not enough room or enough capacity to get it all recycled and utilized back in the community. So some will go to landfill, some will go to our waste to energy, and some will be recycled. Well, that's not the case. We did with Helene. We had some issues with the contractors that we had showing up in a timely manner. And it is true that all of the contractors doubled their price. And so everyone is paying that because everyone did it. And so all of the municipalities and counties are paying that rate. And we did the two contractors that we have, just for a little background, we maintain yearly contracts with debris haulers. In the off chance, unfortunately this year it was on, the off chance that we'll need them. And so they come, those main contractors, and then they in turn, if you go on our website, there's actually a way to fill out to become a subcontractor. And so we have two contractors, and then they hire subcontractors, and that's where we have close to 300 of those hauling now. And you see those all over town, from the massive dually trucks with the grab claws all the way down to those tip trailers that individuals are pulling behind a pickup truck and everything in between that. No, it'll be when we're finished, and that will be before January. Uh, Director Washington can talk about that. No, well, we're doing what we can. As we've said all along, the goal is to make sure that the Rays are staying in Tampa Bay. And we gave our best shot on a stadium, and St. Pete won that bid. And now, unfortunately, with what happened during Hurricane Milton, they need to relocate. So, as a good neighbor, instead of looking at it as individual cities, we look at it as the Tampa Bay region. And so we're going to do everything that we can to make sure the Rays are successful. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, that's your